John chapter number 3, and in verse number 34. It's John the Baptist speaking of Christ, but he's telling me that this also applies to preachers. It says, "For he whom God hath sent speaketh you the words of God. For God giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him." And he explained that when God calls someone to preach, he places in them a special spirit that allows them to comprehend the Scriptures better. And I can remember so vividly Saturday nights and Sundays, Zach and I sitting in my basement, scouting out sermon ideas, sermon topics, encouraging each other, preaching to each other. And honestly, I knew Zach was called to preach from the moment I met him. He just didn't realize it. I mean, that was obvious. We all knew that from the get-go. It was the best things I ever heard when he said that he had finally announced his calling to preach. Of course, he messed it up by saying he was going to the Airforce, and I was just like, "You're leaving? Really?" But I thank God for him. He's been an encouragement to me.
Yes.
I thank God that God brought him into my life to help me, to encourage me. And in 2 Timothy chapter number 2, verse number 3, "Thou therefore endure hardness, as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier." Zach is one of the most hard-headed, thick-skinned, sometimes mean, sometimes nice, best people that I've ever met. He is one of the best preachers I've heard. He is one of the most godly people that I've heard. He's not afraid to stand up and praise God. He's not afraid to speak his mind. And I know he'll quickly gain a name in the Airforce.
Yes.
And this verse where it says to endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ, he'll have a special place in my prayers, because not only is he serving our country, but he's also serving God.
Yes.
He'll be fighting he'll be fighting war on two fronts.
Yes.
Amen, son. That's good.
He'll be fighting a war, yes, for our country, but he'll also be fighting against the ungodliness that is prevalent in our military, that's trying to invade our country.
Right.
I thank God for Zach. I thank God for calling to preach. I thank God for what he stands for. And the final thing I'm going to say is later on in the chapter, it says, verse number 7, "Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things."
Yep.
Zach's probably the best friend I've ever had. You are my brother. You are a preacher, and now you're going to be a soldier, both in this front and spiritual. And I want you to be praying for you. And as soon as you get back, you're getting right back up here.
Amen.